In this video, we are going to learn how to divide numbers in base 5 and in base 8. Now, the knowledge that is needed for us to be able to do this is multiplication of numbers in base 5 and in base 8. So just in case you do not know how to multiply numbers in base 5 and in base 8, I have done that video. Kindly go and watch that video. Now let us begin. With our first example here, we have 341 base 5 divided by 2 base 5. So we have 341 base 5 divided by 2 base 5. So we are going to perform multiplication of 2 base 5 with numbers in base 5, which is going to be our guide. So we have 2 base 5 multiplied by 1 in base 5. It is going to give us 2 in base 5. 2 in base 5 multiplied by 2 in base 5. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 2 is 4. So we are going to have 4 base 5. Again, 2 in base 5 multiplied by 3 in base 5. 3 times 2 is 6. Now this base 5 will go into that 6 one time, remainder 1. So we write the 1 here and our base 5. 3 times 2 again is 6, plus this 1 here is 7. Now base 5 will go into 7 one time, remainder 2. So we have that 2 base 5 multiplied by 3 base 5 is 1 base 5. And lastly, we have 2 base 5 multiplied by 4 in base 5. 4 times 2 is 8. Base 5 will go into that 8 one time, remainder 3. So we write down the 3 here and our base 5. 4 times 2 is 8, plus this 1 here is 9. Base 5 will go into 9 one time, remainder 4. So 2 base 5 multiplied by 4 base 5 is 143 base 5. Now, coming back to our division, the first digit that we have here, 3 in base 5, is smaller than 2 in base 5. So we're going to pick the first two, 3 4 in base 5, which is larger than 2 in base 5 now. So how many times will 2 in base 5 go into 3 4 in base 5? We do not know. But from our multiplication guide, we know that 2 in base 5 will go into 4 in base 5 2 times. And of course, 4 in base 5 is larger than 3 4 in base 5. So we have to step lower. Now, 2 in base 5 will go into 2 in base 5 one time, which is smaller than 3 4 in base 5. So at least we have known that 2 in base 5 will go into 3 4 in base 5 one time, and there will be a remainder. So 2 in base 5 going to 3 4 in base 5, we're going to write our 1 here from our guide. Now 1 times 2 in base 5, we already have it here, which is what? 2 in base 5. So we perform the subtraction. 4 minus 2 is 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. Now 2 in base 5 is larger than 1 in base 5. So we are going to bring down this 1. Now our base 5. So 1 in base 5 now is larger than 2 in base 5. So we can perform the division. How many times will 2 in base 5 go into 1 in base 5? We already have it in our multiplication guide that 2 in base 5 multiplied by 3 in base 5 is 1 to 1. So it means that it is going to go 3 times. So we write down 3 here. 3 times 2 in base 5 is 1 in base 5. Now, when you perform that subtraction, we are going to have 0 0 0. So what we have now is that 341 in base 5 divided by 2 in base 5 is 13 base 5. Example 2, we have 356 base 8 divided by 7 in base 8. So this is what we have, 356 base 8 divided by 7 in base 8. Again, we are going to perform our multiplication guide. So we have 7 base 8 multiplied by 1 in base 8. This is going to give us 7 in base 8. 7 in base 8 multiplied by 2 in base 8. 2 times 7 is 14. 8 will go into 14. 1 time, remainder 6. So we had our base 8. 7 in base 8 multiplied by 3 in base 8. 3 times 7 is 21. Base 8 will go into that 21. 2 times, remainder 5. So we had our base 8 here. 7 in base 8 multiplied by 4 in base 8. 4 times 7 is 28. Base 8 will go into that 28. 3 times, remainder 4. So we had our base 8. So let us stop here. Now, the first number here is smaller than 7 in base 8. So we are going to pick the first two. 3, 5 in base 8. How many times will 7 in base 8 go into 3, 5 in base 8? We do not know. But from our multiplication guide, we have that 7 in base 8 will go into 3, 4 in base 8 4 times, right? And of course, 3, 4 in base 8 is smaller than 3, 5 in base 8. So it therefore means that 7 in base 8 will go into 3, 5 in base 8 4 times, and there will be a remainder. So we are going to write down 4 here. Now, 4 multiplied by 7 in base 8 is of course 3, 4 in base 8 from our multiplication guide. So we have 3, 4 in base 8. So we are going to perform the subtraction here. 5 minus 4 is 1. 3 minus 3 is 0. So now 1 is lesser than 7. So we are going to bring down this 6. We're going to bring down this 6 here. Another base 8. Now, how many times will 7 in base 8 go into 1, 6 in base 8? We already have the answer from our multiplication guide. 7 in base 8 multiplied by 2 in base 8 is 1, 6 base 8. So it means that it's going to go 2 times. So we write our 2 here. 2 times 7 in base 8 is 1, 6 in base 8. Now, if we do that subtraction, we are going to have 0, 0. So therefore, what we have is that 3, 5, 6 in base 8 divided by 7 in base 8 is 4, 2 in base 8.